It is a great pleasure for me to open this International Women's Day in Science, and I'm a bit emotional today. This meeting symbolizes coming back to life as well as hope. We've all experienced difficulties in the past 2 years, and women above all. I believe that this experience has made us more confident that we are able to face challenges and overcome them. It is about a year since the Office of Advancing Women in Science and Gender Equality was expanded. While the Institute has created a fair and equitable workplace, our current data show that there is still a gender imbalance. Weizmann Institute management is fully committed to promoting improved gender balance in campus, and together we are making considerable efforts to leverage the female talent pool inside and outside the Institute. I believe that our efforts will result in improving the current situation. I'm very proud of this event. Our intention was to host a meaningful conference that represents the Weizmann women scientists and students from various fields. This gathering was planned and organized by women PhD students Hila Dahari, Shiri Dishon, and Asya Svirinovsky, and I want to thank them for their leadership. And I think we have to all applaud them. We were thrilled to see how many women scientists and students sent abstract and seized the opportunity to talk today. As part of being a speaker, they were offered a special communication skill workshop, and I hope it made me feel better and improve the talks. I wish good luck to the speakers and enjoyable Science Celebration Day to all of you. I would like to especially thank Limor Rimon, who made this conference a reality, and especially for all the work she's doing, and Inbal Azulay from the conference section. And I would like now to invite Weizmann Institute President, Professor Alon Chen, to make a few remarks, please.
Good morning, everyone. Boker Tov. I just noticed a phenomenon, and I asked Meital why. Look on this auditorium. In the center, in front of the speakers, is empty. And the question why, if it was a man-dominated meeting, you think it would be the same? I don't think so.
It's always like this.
No, it's not always. No, I've been here so many times. Yeah, because they feel intimidated. I'm not sure. Maya, I'm not sure. Maybe they don't want to be in the center. I don't know, but this is speculative psychology. Anyway, good morning, everyone. I think it's amazing to see so many people now, especially in person, which before even listening to the science and the novelty of the science, it's actually quite novel already to see so many people in person. So I would like to start by thanking, of course, Professor Idit Shachar, our head of the Office for Advancement of Women in Science and Gender Equality, and of course, all our team, Limor and the other team for organizing this event, and for all of you for attending. I think you should know that this conference reinforces and advances a key priority of the Institute and a personal priority for me as president, as Idit mentioned a few minutes ago. That priority is highlighting the role of women in science at the Weizmann Institute and actively working to enrich science with more women scientists so that all of the best brain power is leveraged to generate discovery so that all of the best brain power will be used. Why this is important? Because advancing the careers of women scientists and providing equal opportunity to all its scientists is a worthy goal in and of itself, and also because the world needs excellent science. And if we don't have all of our best scientific minds working on key questions and solutions, then we don't achieve all that we can achieve. That would be a big loss, in my view, for humanity. Today is the International Women's Day, and I'm thrilled that Professor Shachar and her team and all of you have taken advantage of this day to highlight the essential role of women scientists. It presents me with an opportunity to tell you that it is our goal to increase the number and percentage of women scientists in our faculty and more our scientific community as a whole. This is not a simple challenge to overcome, but I'm very grateful and proud that we have already set off on this path. And I want to tell you a brief story from yesterday. I'm really going through extremely busy weeks, a lot of critical decisions about the Weizmann future. I'll not go into details, but yesterday it was one of these really crazy days, and sometime around lunchtime I got this email from the academic secretary. Michal knows this very well. And most of you are not familiar with the process, but when we recruit new scientists, new professors, new heads of group to the Weizmann, after it going through all the academic committees and approved, then it comes to the president for his review and approval. And I'm opening this file from our academic secretary, Boaz Evron, and I see 2 new scientists, and 2 of them are women scientists. And unfortunately, you couldn't see my smile at that minute, because this is the first thing I always look for. And I think I walked with this smile for the next few hours yesterday, and I think it's extremely important. And last year it was not, as Edith knows, and other the ratio was not the best, and really tried to do our best, and it was for me a combination of relief and happiness. So about 2 years ago, a group of female scientists initiated a bottom-up forum called GET, which stands for Gender Equality Together. The forum has done a huge amount of hard work to investigate the bottlenecks and obstacles in the current gender imbalance among the faculty. The group prepared a noteworthy report with recommendation of options to advance and improve gender balance. Later this year, the Office for the Advancement of Women in Science and Gender Equality, which is headed by Edith, just completed 2 gender diversity plans. The first is what we call Kava Mashve in Hebrew. It's a 5-year plan initiated by VATAD, or the Budgeting and Planning Committee of the Higher Education in Israel, whose aim is to advance gender equality within institutions of higher education in Israel. The second is a 4-year gender equality plan, which is now a requirement of the ERC, the European Research Council grants, and it gives us a clear path forward. And I can't wait to watch the important evolution of this priority area as it unfolds in the months and years ahead. So I wish you all a lovely and productive conference, and thank you very much. Thank you, bye-bye.
Thank you, Alon. I would like now to invite Professor Rachel Erhard, Head National Program, Women University Professor for Gender Equity. Rachel studies focused in adolescence, psychotherapy, and resilience. She was the advisor for the president in Tel Aviv University for Advancing Women in Science. And in the last years, she is the force behind our efforts to initiate a forum of AFIC. AFIC is the women professors in the academy in Israel. Universities, of course, universities. I think Rachel did so many things for women in the academy, and I really, really appreciate every step that you are doing. You are amazing, and I think I'm very honored to have you here today to open the session today.
תודה רבה. I prepared it in Hebrew, but okay, they started by an early phone call. סבתא, אני יכול להיות אצלך היום, שאני חולה ואין מי שישמור עליי. So I told him, oh, sorry, I have to go to Weizmann Institute Women's Day. Women's Day? What's Women's Day? Is there a Men Day? I said, no. רגע, why? I said, because it's unequal and so. I didn't know. Can you please explain me why isn't unequal? I told him, Uri, אחרי הצהריים, in the afternoon. I'm in a hurry to go to Weizmann Institute. And now I consult with you how to explain a nice, naive boy, what's going on? Why is it so unequal? To start with history, that the men went hunting and the women gave birth and food and prepared and fed the babies. To start there, Yuval Noah Harari, take the book and read it, everything is written there. Or to start with Marx, sociology. Men hold power, money, and prestige. That's it. And they don't give up. It's very rare resources, and they don't want it. They talk and say, נכון, באמת, צריך, טן. But actually, that's the, in Hebrew, איך הוא אמר? כף, שלושת הכפים, כן, כבוד. So maybe I start from my discipline, from psychology. How we start with the girls, she's so beautiful, and the pink, everything, and the boys with the cars, and what's now, Pokemonim. I'm buying all the time Pokemonim. It's only the boys playing Pokemonim. And all from biology. Is it born, the differences in the size of the brain, in the weight of the brain? And as just an anecdote that Lawrence Summers, he was the president of Harvard University, it's not, yeah, and actually he said when he was asked in such a conference, why is it the difference between men and women in a STEM profession? He said, it seems that the diversity on the end of the curve is different between men and women. So it's born, men are, and he wasn't elected again. So in 2006, he left Howard, not being elected by the council, המועצה המדעית, and the next president, after how many hundreds of years, was a woman, Professor Faust. So, or maybe they got Sefer HaTorah, and it was written in the second chapter, בעצב תלדי בנים, ותשוקתך אליו, והוא ימשול בך. סליחה? מה זה הוא ימשול בך? So, what to explain the boy? Something I will tell him, but now I'm asking. So that was the start of the day. Now here, why is Israel, the startup nation, Am HaSefer, what else, the Jewish genius and the rate of Israeli scientists between the Nobel Prizes and everything that we know, why on the international She Figures report, and that's the best recent updated, that's the manual of us, published November 21, so just a few months ago, we are the highest of the glass ceiling from all 40 countries that take part in the data collection. We are the lowest in the rate of it's full professor, women, between all the countries. Listen again, we are the lowest and we are the highest in the rate of PhD students. So we are the highest, the rate of PhD women students are quite 55%, and then whoop, it goes down, and it's very low. That's about our country. So many committees they required it since 2000. חגית מסר ירון, כרמי, and then the מבקר המדינה, and רות ארנון, and all the reports are the same. no policy, no budget. No, people are talking about the waste and of the talent and talent management, but nothing was done. And only in the last year something moves. And so that's about the country. And about Weizmann Institute, also questions, and you mentioned it. You know how many PhD students, women students are here in the room and around the campus? It's quite half, listen, it's quite half of the number of PhD students. There is a difference between, for example, and the figures, and it's known and it's written down. In biochemistry, there are 53%. In biology, 57%. In physics, it goes, where is biology? בטח, נו, מה השולדינר? Chemistry and so it's a very high rate in STEM, because it's not Bar-Ilan University that they have all the humanities and art and law and so, it's STEM. It's pure STEM, precise sciences here, and see how high is the rate. That's wonderful. That's the potential, and here sits, and don't get it like a threat, the next president of Weizmann Institute, because since it's quite 90 years, then the inauguration of Ziv Institute, 12 presidents, no women. So, 11, you're the 12? You're the, so we have to correct in the Wikipedia. So, that's science, you know, to be precise. Anyway, 45% of PhD women PhD students, and only 20% faculty. Between Professor Mina Minyan, so it's, again, the data, it's 100 men and 18 women. So it's 15%. So can you imagine this awful waste of talent, of science, of research, of everything that can be imagined? Okay, so that's the situation in our country. And in Weizmann Institute, that is not different from other universities in the country. We are in the same situation, and that's it. So the question, what are we doing? And the answer is very simple, we are doing. So we have our program that of counselors, of presidents, and we have a strategic plan from bottom up, top down, to fight now, and with the VATAP on the resources in the next plan that they're working on. And we work with, and many of you, I met them in the past, on the structure of the institute, on the regulation, practices, and it's quite difficult, as you mentioned, but we can, and we work very intensively, and Weizmann Institute is the leading one. And it's like, you know, a lighthouse. A lighthouse get the work that's done, and the intention and the energy and the moves and changes that are taken here are unbelievable. And so the recruitment here of people, in the doing of people, and being an example. So your example of good science, and your example of responsibility, social responsibility, science responsibility. And so it's a pleasure for me to be here today and to say, go on, you're on the way. בהצלחה.